Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. But you know what we're doing? We're doing a year-long program recognizing some special people in the community of Celebration, Florida, the town that Disney built. Because Pat Schroeder, who we all love, our Congresswoman Pat Schroeder from Colorado, she passed away a couple of months ago, and we know she said, look for the people that are making this world a better place, that are kind, that are amazing. And so we asked for nominations from parents, teachers, neighbors. And so I'm happy to report that we have got Ingrid here with us, the mother of Izzy. And so Ingrid, would you do me a favor and just say hello to everybody and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. So nice to be here. And I'm so proud to nominate my daughter for this award. I think it's really important. So I moved, my children and I moved to Celebration 13 years ago. I guess in August it'll be 13 years. We're originally New Yorkers and really happy to be part of this wonderful community. I work in leadership development. So I have my own leadership development consulting business. And so this is something that's really near and dear to me, kindness and respect and people behaving in a way that they're supporting other people in their community. So I love this. I love that you're doing this and honoring Pat in this way.
Oh, I love that. Well, I have a video that I'm going to show on today's show a little bit later too, where there's this young man and he's just graduating from kindergarten, and he's up speaking about just about school and about how all these excellent opportunities are coming about. And you realize there was a parent that was speaking over this child, positive things, encouraging them, telling them you can do anything that you set your mind to. And here we have it, your excellent daughter. I'm going to call her Izzy if it's okay, because I understand a lot of friends will say, "Hey, Izzy, do you by chance know Claire?" She was one of our winners as well. So she's actually going into her senior year. You're actually just graduating. And tell us the great news. Where are you headed to?
I'm off to the University of Central Florida. I got accepted and I'm so excited. I'll be starting in a week for my summer classes.
So tell us a little bit too about some of the things you like to do in your spare time.
In my spare time, my family travels a lot, but we also, when I'm in Florida and I'm in town, I like to volunteer with the Celebration Foundation, or where I work as well, Windsor at Celebration, because it's always nice working there. It's an elderly facility, and I have a lot of I always call them my adoptive grandparents because they're always so sweet to me, but I also do martial arts in my spare time.
Oh, so it sounds to me like if we need some protection, we should be inviting you out with us.
Oh, maybe. I'll be testing for my third-degree black belt this November. I'm super excited.
Third degree. So how long does it take to get a black belt, third-degree black belt?
It takes quite a while. I've been training for 9 years and I'm currently a second degree. It took me, I'm going to say, roughly 7 years to get to black belt. But after testing, you have to wait an additional 2 years to get your second degree, then an additional 3 years to get your third degree. And then once I get my third degree, I'll be waiting an additional 4 years to get my fourth degree, which is also considered master. So it is very time consuming, but there's a lot of respect. There's just a lot of community involved with it. It's just a wonderful sport.
Well, I can definitely see why you would be our winner, because that is definitely one of the things that we look for. We look for people that in particular are, exceeding at what they want to do, but also being very kind. And so I read something that your mother wrote, which actually I'm going to ask your mom to go ahead and read your nomination now, if you don't mind, because there's something in here that I want to point out.
Okay. All right. So, I would like to nominate my daughter, Isabella de Torres. She is 18 years old. She just graduated from Celebration High School and is going to be attending UCF to study criminal justice. I wholeheartedly believe that my daughter is making the world a better place through her kindness, inclusiveness, and genuine interest in helping others every day. She goes out of her way to make life better and easier for others. It's not a one-time event or project. It's how she lives her life, and I believe we need a whole lot more of that in the world. I'm hoping the more we recognize this kind of behavior, the more contagious it will become. Isabella is a combination of love, kindness, fierceness, fun, grit, respect, and dedication. She's about to test for her third-degree black belt in martial arts, and plans to become a master. When she was in middle school, a parent told me she was a superhero because of how she always stood up for other kids, especially the underdogs, and those people who people were not kind to. She's been a regular volunteer with the Celebration Foundation for many years and works at Windsor of Celebration.
Izzy, what do you think about that?
When my mom first read it to me, I just gave her a giant hug. I thought it was the sweetest message anyone could ever say of me. So I'm forever thankful for you, Mom. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, honey. Very proud of you.
I love you.
And that comment about being a superhero, it's wonderful. I'm a mom as well, and my daughter went to Celebration School. She's over 30 years old now, but she, it's nice knowing as other parents that there are people like you, Izzy, that if they see somebody that's an underdog that needs somebody to support them, here comes a superhero to help them out. And so I want to thank you for that as well, because you always wonder, if there's a child that comes into the school and they're shy and they're awkward and they just don't know how to connect, is there somebody out there that's going to watch out for them? And that's what I'm hearing, is that you are a superhero and you do that. That's a big deal.
Yes. As someone like that, I guess, grew up when I first moved to Florida, I always got I had a lot of friends that would come up to me, introduce themselves, were welcoming to me. And as growing up, my mom and my dad would always say, do to others what you would want done to you. And I always thought that way. Whenever I saw someone new come to the school, I always wanted to be maybe not the first one to approach them, but one of the first people that they would meet so that they would feel welcomed themselves, because it's a cruel world out there. And to make things a little brighter, it would always just make someone's day.
Yes. Yes. And then now what I'm hearing as well, what do you want to study when you go to UCF?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Okay. So tell me, if there's a TV show out there and there's an actress that's playing a part, who do you envision you being? What TV show?
I would absolutely say Law and Order SVU. I would say Olivia Benson 10 times.
Oh, that's a perfect pick. So we're going to have our own Olivia Benson coming out of Celebration. That is pretty extraordinary.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your family. It seems like you're very close. It's very sweet that you had immediately had said something about your parents. So talk to me a little bit about that dynamic.
So my parents are divorced now, but they have a really good co-parenting situation. For my 18th birthday, we all got together for a great dinner. So even though they are separated, we're all so very close. I'm close with my dad and my mom, especially. My brother and I, of course, we fight, but we're also close as siblings. It's nice to know that it's a tight family.
So what's your brother's name? What age is he?
His name's Luca, and he's 15. He's actually going into his sophomore year at Celebration High School.
I wonder if those are going to be hard shoes to fill after you've done so well in the high school. Now he's got to go through that system. So is he into criminal justice stuff or any of that, or is he going in a different field?
I'm not sure he knows, but I think he plays competitive soccer at the moment, and he's very good at it. So I think he might be going down that road. I also talked to him once. I'm not sure if he's considering this, but he is a good cook, much better than I am. So he might go into culinary one day. I'm not sure, but I think he's still leaving his options open.
Well, that's fantastic. So, when you mentioned volunteering for the Celebration Foundation, they are one of my partners in this program. So the Celebration Foundation and the Downtown Diner Celebration, I don't know if you know, but Adrian Perez, who's one of the owners of the diner, he won some awards similar to this with the Disney Award when he was younger, and he wants to pay back now. So Pat Schroeder, who would travel around the world, and she did many things, especially for women in particular. She did things like, believe it or not, way back when, women weren't allowed to get credit in order to buy a house, which just blows my mind because I work with a lot of women in real estate and stuff. Or if they wanted to buy a car, the husband might have to co-sign with them and all that stuff. And then she did a family leave act too, when somebody has a baby and they want to have some time to make sure that that baby is brought into the world well. She fought for that, so many things. And so I think she would be extremely proud knowing that here's another strong female coming up in this world who wants to have justice, the criminal justice, and make sure that people are treated fairly. And there's a kindness that comes out of that. But what we find is that the people that are nominated, we see a lot of those traits from their parents. So that's why I was asking about your mom. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're going to have a sign that's put in your front lawn. And Pat, she traveled everywhere and had all these big meetings. She always made time for ice cream. So one of the things that we do, we're going to ask you and your mom, we'll set it up with Adrian to go down and pick a milkshake of your choice. And he will also ask you if you want to be on one of their videos on YouTube. So see, now it's going to be criminal justice, but maybe a YouTube star as you go on too, because he's going to ask if you want to be in one of his videos for the diner as well.
That's really exciting. I'm look forward to it, honestly, just meeting him in general. I haven't met him before, but if he's won of the awards and is following in Miss Pat's footsteps and trying to help the community, I'd love to meet him.
You're awesome. Is there anything that you want to say to the younger kids that are coming up through the school system in regard to how to really make this world a better place?
For younger kids that are still coming up, I guess I would probably say that although it is important to get your volunteer hours in, choose what you volunteer wisely. Choose something that you know is going to make a difference, could help somebody's day, or even if it's just not volunteering. If you want to go see your friend at school, volunteer with a teacher, have lunch with someone who's sitting alone. Just any little act of kindness will not only brighten their day, but it could also brighten your own. So, that would be my advice for the younger kids coming up.
And Ingrid, especially since I have an expert in the field with leadership, is there anything more that you would like to add to this message?
Well, I was saying to Isabella that I think Pat Schroeder was sort of our little hometown RBG in some ways, right? Shattering ceilings and this really amazing combination of tough and kind, right? Which I love. So I think the message that I send and that I try to send in my business is just to really focus on behavior and how we're treating people. I think as a society, we do a great job in recognizing academic achievements, musical achievements, athletic achievements, and that's great. Not to take away from any of that, but I love this award so much because I think it's important that we recognize behavior and kindness, and I don't think we do enough of that. And as I wrote in my message to you, my hope is that it starts to become a little bit contagious. So I am so happy to hear some of the things that Isabella said, because I really have always tried to teach my kids to be kind, and especially to those who, others are not kind to, and to be the first ones to welcome someone new to a school and to not let someone sit alone, right? It's just those little things. I don't think it has to be a big project or event, but rather just how you live your life on a daily basis. And I learned that at a very young age from my parents and my family. So hoping to just pay it forward.
I love it. And, that's what it's about. It's about love. It's about, and this town celebration, we just won best downtown for the small towns in the state of Florida. Yeah. And so they will probably be now asking, okay, who are the leaders in this town? And so now we're going to be able to say Izzy, and she's going to UCF. And so it's a real joy for me to be able to spend time with both of you. And I can't wait for everybody to see this on YouTube.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much, Kim, for having us. Congratulations, honey. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Mom. And thank you, Ms. Kim, so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.